on the last time I went live. And this is part two of the scale because the scale is a lie. The scale is a lie. The scale, let me say it one more time, is a lie. Okay, hear me. And many of you, I get it, it's tough to break away from it. Today, I had a couple of clients that I got on the phone with, and we went over their numbers. And the very first one that came on, I'm just going to say Judy. And Judy, you know, I think the world of you. But Judy gets on and she's a little frustrated because she had made some really good progress the week before as far as her weight and all the other numbers. And she gets on the phone. And before that, she sent me an email and I could feel she was a little discouraged. And this is where it helps to have somebody you can talk to, like a coach, someone who can bring clarity to what's really going on. Well, she gets on the phone and I'm looking at her glucose levels are lower. I'm looking at the fact that her body fat percentage is lower. I'm looking at the fact that everything is looking good. Her carb threshold index number is up. But yet her weight went up a pound. Oh, yeah. And let me not forget, her waist is down. And as I make very clear, weight always follows the waist measurement. Always. So if your waist is going down, you cannot continue to get heavier. You will overall on the scale be lighter. So she gets on the phone and we're talking. And I said, you know what? Let's look at your body fat. I want to share something with you. So when she started, she's at a weight. And when we did her body composition, the take home right now is body composition. That's knowing how much of your body weight on the scale is fat versus mass, right? So if you have long hair and you want the scale to be lighter, cut your hair. Jack LaLanne used to tell me, if you want to be lighter on the scale, just give up a kidney, take out an organ, cut your arm off, because that's the reality. If it's all about the scale, then just cut your hair, do something like that. It's not about the scale. Okay. It's not about the scale, but I get it. We're mentally in jail. Well, anyway, we looked at her numbers closely and she was down 9 pounds on the scale, just looking at the scale. But when we did her body composition, she was down 10 pounds of fat and she had gained 1 pound of lean mass. And a portion of that was lean muscle tissue, which means her metabolism is burning faster. She's burning more calories naturally. Everything is working. And not even getting into the fact that her glucose numbers are down and that she's dropped a significant, I think she was down 3 inches in her waist. I mean, how many women would like to drop 3 inches in their waist? I mean, come on, in a short period of time. How many men would like to drop 3 inches in their waist? So you have all of these numbers going extremely well. But the scale said she had been down 9 pounds. She had gained a pound, and that was creating a disturbance, a disruption, if you will. But when we looked at the numbers, her fat weight and muscle and fat, a pound is a pound. You'll hear people say that muscle weighs more. No, it does not. Muscle is leaner in comparison to fat when you look at it ounce for ounce, pound for pound. Okay, that's the truth. So remove that one from your thinking. So her fat weight is down 10 pounds. She's up 1 pound of mass. And I know that don't mean anything, right? It's like when you go to the doctor and they tell you what your triglycerides are, and then they tell you what your blood pressure is. You go, oh, okay, yeah. But that means nothing to most. What does it mean? It doesn't move you to change. And that's why taking a moment and explain to you what body composition is will help you. It will help you understand that you're headed in the right direction. And if you don't have a scale that measures your body composition, it will tell you what your body fat percentage is. Reach out to us, contact me, and I'll give you one. I mean, I don't make any money, but there's some scales now that are pretty good. I mean, I found one that works pretty good and is less than $30. And every time you check your weight, you will get a somewhat accurate reading of your body fat percentage. And if you're using the exact same method, right, device, it will tell you if you're making progress or not. So at the end of the day, that's what it's about. So she's down 10 pounds of fat. She's up 1 pound of lean mass, which means her metabolism is functioning better. That is a win-win. Now, listen to this. If it was all about weight, if it was all about just the weight on the scale, I want you to think about the people who have had bariatric surgery. And this is not a dig on them because I have a lot of friends, I have family members, I have clients who have had bariatric surgery. And when you lose a significant amount of weight, it doesn't look healthy. Now, I'm not going to say for all, but for most, your skin, the elasticity is off. And you look at them and it's like you don't look at them and say you look younger. You don't look at them and say you look more fit. You just go, oh, you lost some weight. I've seen the same thing when you go into a cancer ward. I watch people lose weight because of chemo and going through cancer. And that's not the kind of weight I want to lose because it's not the weight that's the weight you want to get rid of. We want to get rid of fat weight, not lean muscle, not bone, not water, but fat. And so with Judy, she dropped fat, 10 pounds of fat in a relatively short period of time, gained 1 pound of lean mass. That is perfection, you guys. It doesn't always work out that way. And let me give you an example. I had a lady, I'm going to modify her name because she's a subscriber and I don't want her to feel bad, but her name is, let's call her Terry. Terry comes to me and she says, hey, I want to do a free consultation. And she comes in. And when you come in for a free consultation, we always do your body composition. We look at your body fat just to see where you are. And so when she comes in, I do that. And she decides that she doesn't want to do the program at the moment. She says, you know, Robert, thank you for the time, but let me think about it. So she leaves. About 2 months goes by and she walks into the door and I see her. Terry comes in. I go, wow, because it was obvious she had lost some weight since last time I saw her. And I said, Terry, wow, I mean, what have you been doing? She goes, I decided to do Jenny Craig and I'm kind of tired of it now. And I was like, you know what? I'm ready for a lifestyle. So I came to you. And I said, wow, so check this out. Let me grab your old file and let's do another body composition to see, you know, how your progress was. Because I'm not just looking at the weight. I want to see, did she lose more muscle, bone? Did she lose more fat? Like, let's just see. So I get her file. We do her body composition. I look at it and she had lost 18 pounds. Hear me on this. That's a lot of weight. Now, she didn't look younger, but you could see that she had lost weight. And that was my suspicion that it was the wrong weight. Well, unfortunately, that was confirmed. She dropped 17 pounds out of 18 of muscle, bone, and water. She damaged her metabolism. She set herself up to gain all the weight back. And if anyone's dieted and have gone through that, when you do like 500 calorie diets, 800 calorie diets, especially ladies, those of you who are over the age of 40, wake up and hear what I'm saying. You're setting yourself up for some horrible moments and times when you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and you know you get to live in your 80s. It's not going to be good what you're doing. What you're doing is setting yourself up for a whole bunch of hardships. Stop right now. Stop dieting and get with a professional, whether it's me, one of our coaches. Get with someone who can help you. Do not set yourself up for just, you're going to gain the weight back. And many of you know I'm telling the truth. You can comment and let other people, you know I'm telling the truth. I'm not here to lie. I'm not a liar. I'm just telling you the truth. This is the truth. You don't want to lose the wrong type of weight. Look at the people who are in the cancer ward. You're telling me that's the right kind of weight you want to lose? No, that's primarily muscle, bone, and water. Terry, the lady I'm talking to you about, she lost 17 out of 18 pounds, and it was from her muscle, her bone, and the water. And yes, she gained all the weight back. It was very unfortunate. She gained it all back and then some. And I hear it all the time. Do it the right way or don't do it. Do it the right way or don't do it. I've been preaching body composition since 1995, since I got into the weight loss space. And I continue to see people just avoid going with the truth and taking these shortcuts. It ain't worth it, because to get your muscle back, that is work. And if you don't have the mindset for that, if you don't have an athletic background where you know how to like just go for it, hit the weights hard and put that kind of quality time into it, it's just too tough. It ain't worth it. So when someone says I lost weight, I look at them and say, what kind of weight did you lose? I lost fat weight. How do you know that? You don't have anything in place where you're measuring your progress. If you're not measuring your progress, how do you know what kind of weight you lost? Because depending on the kind of weight you're losing, if I have a client that loses muscle, lean muscle tissue, and we're seeing that, I know how to correct that. That's not the kind of weight you want to lose. I don't want to put you in a position of more damage and more harm as you mature in life. You want the golden years to be the golden years. You want to lose the right type of weight. Just last week when I was talking to Wendy, she was looking at the scale, and Wendy, you know I'm telling the truth here. Well, I know you know I'm telling the truth, but I mean, I'm not going to say your last name, but if you want to comment, if you catch this, then do so. But I'm watching Wendy pick up her exercise, drinking more water, doing all the things right. But on the scale, it wasn't saying you're doing good. The scale was saying you're going in the wrong direction for a second. When we did the body composition, thank goodness she has a scale that was keeping track of that. She was dropping the right type of weight. So, come on, you guys. This is your time to shine. This is your time to shine. And you want to do things the right way. Lastly, going back to the scale, in part 1 of this 8-part series, I had quite a few of my clients actually catch the series. And when they caught the series, they realized the importance of drinking water. I just got off the phone with one of them. And when she sent me her updated numbers, I was like, and I'm going to call her D. I'm not going to use her. Well, her first name is Donna. When I looked at your numbers, I was like, wow. Her blood sugar levels are the lowest they've been. That's great. Her waist went down a full inch in the last 7 days. That's great. And then I saw nearly 4-pound drop in weight, and she's been struggling. I said, what did you do different? She says, Robert, I saw your video. It made sense. You and I have talked about it. I increased my water. She increased her water 3x from what she was doing. Boom, almost 4 pounds gone. Come on, man. I'm just keeping it real. There's a lot of people talk about weight loss and they ain't doing it. You don't see it. Come on. Let's walk out our talk. You know what I mean? Let's do it right. And if you do it right, you'll see the waistline get leaner, and the weight on the scale will follow the waistline. If the waistline goes up, you're not going to be losing weight. Now, I have seen some people do that, like I think twice in my entire career, and I could tell you why, but it's not worth it. They were doing, it was the way they were exercising. They were building muscle, unfortunately, in the waist. So come on, do this right. You deserve it. Your health is important. Your quality of life, the people around you, they like it when you're happy. And if your weight is going in the wrong direction, to include your waist increasing, to include your body fat going in the wrong direction, it's not good. Let's do it right for the first time. That's why, and I'm not saying I don't work with 20-something year olds, because I do. I got some 20-something and some 30-something year old clients, but I so much like when someone reaches out to me and they're 65, 45, 53, 69, man, I love working with those people because they know better. And I'm like a breath of fresh air when I'm sharing with them information, because they know when it's bullshit. You know what I mean? They know when it's not real. And finally, they're getting some stuff that's real that can actually help them. I'm all about that. I'm in the game while we get to be on this earth, because if you're listening to me and you're alive and breathing, the day will come where all of us won't be breathing and alive. So why not do it right? Let's do it right. The people that I work with, the coaches that I train, the people who become a coach, they really want to make a difference in the lives of people. Yeah, they make money because it's a business, but they would rather help people. You know what I mean? That's the priority for them. That's the priority for me. And so let's just do it right. So the thing I want you to understand in part 2 is the importance of monitoring, okay, measuring, tracking your body fat percentage. Because when you lose weight, you want it to be the fat weight, not muscle, bone, and or water. We want it to be the right weight, and that's the fat weight. It's the fat inside of our bodies that correlates with unhealthy conditions and outcomes. Drink water. Drink it all day long. And if you want to cheat and play a game with yourself, at least drink a lot of water about 24 to 36 hours before you step on the scale and do your weigh-in, so that we're accurate as far as monitoring your progress. Okay? So you got this, and you're already going to win. So I'll end on this note. Actually, I thought, because I shared this with Judy. You know, I said, Judy, you're already successful. So let's say you have 20, 40, 50 plus pounds to go. Okay. When you make a decision to improve any part of your life, opposition will show up, right? You're going to have adversity. You're going to have some challenges. It's a principle. But success is when you actually know what's important to you, right? It's where you place your worth, value, and importance. And then you go after it. Ralph Waldo Emerson has the best definition of success I've ever seen. And I think about it and use it all the time. He said that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. The school teacher who says, I'm going to be a school teacher. Let's say she's in high school and then she goes to college. Well, she's already successful because she's progressively realizing that ideal. She's taking baby steps toward it. The athlete who wants to be a pro athlete, whether he makes it in the pros or not, when he joins the football team in high school, he's progressively realizing a worthy ideal. When you make a decision that you want to lose weight, as soon as you make that decision and you're progressively doing everything necessary to get there, whether you have 100 pounds to go, you're already successful because you're progressively realizing a worthy ideal. You're already successful. The sad part is when you have that mindset and you have that definition, kind of like you take it on, but you get on the wrong bus and the bus is not going to take you to your destination, even though you have the right mindset. It's very important that you have the best right mindset, I guess. And even if it is the wrong bus, you'll find yourself getting off that bus and on another one. And eventually you will tap into the truth. And when you tap into the truth, that all came about because you were progressively realizing a worthy ideal. Okay, so body composition and understanding that as it pertains to the scale is number 2. Okay, drinking your water and now making sure that you have things in place so that you can track your body fat percentage. That's very important. All righty, so we got it. You got it. Okay, and I look forward to sharing with you part 3. And until then, be well and share the good